What is up, my doggies? Welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. You can call me Demon, and thanks for stopping by. Today, we'll be going over my favorite top 5 scopes that I like to use in Tarkov, scopes and sights, what I think is personally the meta at the moment, and what I like to use on a daily basis. So I stream Escape from Tarkov over on Twitch almost every day, and I update people about EFT news and when I'm going live over on my Twitter. My Discord is also a great place to meet people to run raids with, and all those links are in the description below. So please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing if any of my content helps you out. It really means a lot, but without further ado, let's get this bread, baby.
Get off of me, I'm bucking deep in Tennessee with my brothers from the 3. We quick to click and break the peace. No respect for what they.
Starting off at number 1, so first up is the Monstrum. Now I know that this could be a controversial one since some people don't like the field of view, but personally I like the Monstrum for budget kits. The main reason that I use it is because the reticle is very simplistic and it works pretty well to tap heads. There's something about the shape of the reticle for me that it just feels like it snaps onto heads better than some other scopes, and it's just, I wouldn't use this with anything automatic, and mainly I use this on a budget SKS build that I use sometimes randomly when I'm trying to make some money, and I refrain from using it on HKs or AKs or anything that shoots full auto, but that's why the Monstrum is still a great scope, but it's at the bottom of the list at number 5. Number 4 is the Bellamo PSR1 scope. And any of the PSOs can do, but I personally love this scope because it's cheap, it has good zoom, it's got a good field of view, and the notches on the scope rangefinder are really easy to use, and they reduce the amount of zeroing needed to hit long range targets. It's also easily moddable with a simple dovetail mount and an OP SKS. You can throw this thing on, nothing else is required, and it still packs a punch at range. As long as you're shooting 7.62 BP rounds, you can drop juicy boys from range, no problem. The main con with this scope is just because it has no adjustable toggle zoom, so if you're fighting at close range, you might want to consider a canted scope. Number 3 is the EOTech Voodoo 1.6 rifle scope. Now the Voodoo, I never used to like this scope very much, but recently it's really grown on me. The main reason is because the range is huge and the actual scope is extremely clear. You'll notice that all of the scopes that are in this list are all very clear scopes. I don't like to use anything that's too fuzzy like a night scope or anything like that. So this scope is super clear. It's great for sniping when at long range, such as reserve, shoreline, woods, any maps like that. And the zoom on the first function, on the first toggle, is also perfect for medium range and extreme long range with the next toggle. If you know how to pace your shots correctly, it's a killer scope. Number 2, I know that this isn't technically a scope, but the PK06 reigns supreme. This is probably the best sight in the game in terms of its very small reduction to ergo at -2 and its customizability from a red dot to a tri-dot. It works in many situations, but I usually run this sight canted with an NC Star MRP 45 mount in order to maximize efficiency at long ranges using a scope such as my number 1 scope, which you'll hear about in a second. The main con with the Bellamo PK06 is that it's really expensive right now, and I'm not sure if people are just buying them from Jaeger immediately or whatever it may be, but I sometimes wait until the countdown goes down and I still can't buy one, so it might be bugged. But the PK06, although it's almost like 60k right now at the moment on the flea market, it's still a very good scope and a very good sight, sorry, and a very good option for you. Number 1, the Valdez PS320 1x6x. Now at number 1, hands down, this is my favorite scope, the Valdez. It has an extremely clear scope. You can see people from across the map if it's a clear sunny day on woods. It's a good scope at close range, it's good at long range, and it doesn't fail to surprise me. I will usually run this on most assault rifles, especially HKs, with a canted PK06 on the side if I'm feeling a little spicy, and I'm always happy with the results. This scope is number 1 for me because of how versatile it is. You can use this scope on a bolt action sniper rifle, a Vepr Hunter, an SKS, or you could even use it on a fully automatic HK or M4. The results are still the same, an accurate tool of destruction. Thanks for checking out my video. I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment telling me what sight or scope you've been running lately. I really want to know down below. And as always, if you enjoy any of my content, please consider subscribing and checking out my links below. I'll see you guys over on the Discord and over on Twitch. Happy hunting, boys.